Alrighty, guys. How is everyone doing? Let's wait for 1 minute for everyone to join. Nobody told me that yesterday's stream was a disaster in terms of audio, so I hope that now it's better. If it's not, I'll try to fix it. I might need to go for a bit because I'm expecting a package. So yeah, anyway, so let's jump back. So this is what we left with yesterday. So we have created this nice animation. So you might know that today is the Black Friday day. So I'm running a 60% discount on animatereactnative.com. You can use BF 2024 to get 60% off any for all the plans. This BF 2024 is available for all the plans. Since today it's the actual Black Friday, I hope you will enjoy this awesome discount. Okay. Hey, from Tunisia. Hi, Anis. Alrighty. So what I actually need to do? So this, let me play it frame by frame a bit. So I would like to create this this type of animation. I'll not care about the UI here. I mean, you can place whatever. But the idea is that you can swipe. Look. It's interesting because now I see that the neighbors are actually moving as well. So I need to think how I can do it. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. I'm not sure if I have. Do I have export router? No, I don't have it. I was thinking about maybe we can try to see if shared element transition is actually working. But do I have gesture? Yes, I do have gesture handler. Okay, so I believe that I need to go to the app and add a gesture handler root view here. Refresh. Oh, cannot connect. Okay. Okay. So now let's go to the room parallax. So each individual item, let me close the thing here. Each individual item should have more data, right? Okay, so I'll go to the app and I'll add a temperature as a faker number int. Minimum is going to be maybe 12 and maximum is going to be 40. What else? Humidity. I'll add a minimum of 30 and a maximum of 80. And timer faker boolean. Do I have boolean? Random? No. What's the faker? Oops. Data type. Okay, so data type boolean temperature. Do I have temperature? Temperature. No. Okay, so I'll add here temperature, humidity, and timer. Actually, how to do the data? I'll add actually details. As well, title, temperature. Oh, this is actually quite nice. Thanks for autocomplete. Okay. But I will also add not unit. I need unit. Yeah, it's okay. Unit and also an icon. And I'll say I'll go to Lucid. I have here temperature. Yes. Thermometer. Thermometer. Icon. What's the difference? So I'll say icon. Icon as humidity. Water drop. Yes, droplets. This should be thermometer. Droplets, and for the timer, I have a timer, okay? Maybe this one, clock 4, okay. So icon, clock 4. And unit is nothing. Actually, I don't care. Unit might be... Yeah, no, I'll add the unit as well. Unit, no, I don't care. Okay, so let's add the details. So I'll create here function details as export type parallax item details type. Okay. Do I care? No, I don't care. So details is going to be details, and this one is the type, and I'll return here a view and I'll map. This is actually quite nice, to be fair. Okay. And I may need to do this lowercase. Okay. Now I'll add a style, gap of spacing divided by 2. I don't care that much about the spacing, but now let's render the details. Where should I add those? I'll add them here. View, another view, and add the details. As details item dot details. Okay, so we have this view here. Okay, this looks okay. And what else? The view, this view has a width and a height. Okay, let me do another view here. Oops. Like this. What happened? I'm not sure what happened. Oh, so styles. Okay, let me undo the things. Styles. Interesting. Okay, so and the details should be outside of this. This looks better. And now let's style the details. I'll add here flex direction row, and I'll justify space between, and I will add an alignment to the center. Great. What else do we have here? Yeah, temperature. It's this should be another view. Detail title. Okay, and this itself should also be and I'll add a gap of spacing divided by 2. Maybe it's too much, right? Maybe by 4. Okay, so we have temperature and the value and the unit. And here I'll add another view, and I'll add a style, width of, let's say 10, height 10, background color 0099cc. Okay, and border radius of 10. Great. So I'll add style, flex, direction is the same thingy basically. Okay. Actually, let me remove this and do it here. I'll add row and style it's equal to nothing. Styles row as well. think the dot is too big, so maybe I'll do 8. Yeah, and I'll add a shadow. So shadow color. If and I'll only render if detail. Title is equal to timer. Okay. And I'll say if you know what, I will do it differently. So unit, it's random bool is this one, and I'll say random bool here and random bool here. Okay, so unit will always be, so if the value, if it's active, I'll do it like this, otherwise it's, I don't know, 333, you know. Rerun, it's true. What happened? Let me do the seed here. Baker seed 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so we have off and on. Great. And I'll do it 999 maybe for the off. Okay, and this one should be text transform uppercase. And I'll also add the custom side, custom styles, custom font. Okay. And I'll do a letter spacing of 2, maybe. Yeah, I think this looks better. Maybe 1. Okay, never mind. And if it's on, I will also like to add this color. Let me grab it. So this color. Okay. And I'll add a shadow color of the same color. Shadow offset width 0, height 0, and shadow opacity of 1, shadow radius of maybe 10. Okay, so we have this one, maybe 4. This looks better, but I believe I should make this smaller, maybe 6. And elevation maybe 3. And I'll add if detail value, then otherwise it's 0. Okay, great. So we have some data here. So the details, I'll actually name this details list. And this one should have the same style as this guy here. Okay, so I'll need those. So contain card. Okay, so style styles card. Okay. Or I'll do a flex one and styles card. And I'll remove the padding from this guy here. Okay. And I'll add here a border radius. Okay, and why the music is stuck? Okay. That card. So we have one component here. And most probably I'm gonna, yeah, so let me move this into its own component because we are not going to care that much about it. Or should, yeah, no, I will move this into a new component. I will add the parallax card image. Actually, it's parallax foreground. Okay, I'll receive the item, the index, and the scroll X, and I will render only this view with the gradients. Okay, and I'll add it here. I'll say index, item, scroll X. Okay, nothing should change, but now we have a reusable component, so I can position things, right? I'll position this absolute. I'll have a background color red. I'll say how is the design? So this is growing actually in size, right? Look, this is growing from the same width. So we need to know how much this is going upwards, right? Sorry. All right. So this actually should be style sheet absolute fill object. Okay. And I'll give it a background color red. Okay. So it's taking the entire space. Let me see. Okay. I'm playing the music from Google Studio, so that's why YouTube Studio. Sorry. So I always need to have the window focused. That's why I'm always moving. You know. Anyway. Yeah. So this part here. What shall we do? Let me think about it for a second. So maybe boom. So I'll align the items flex end. No, justify. I always get it wrong. Okay. So now we have it at the end. But is this actually true? Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it as it is, and I will add the background color. So pick the color. I'll add gradient as well. Pick a color. This one. I'll have a gradient. So this is a linear gradient from Expo linear gradient, and I'll add the colors. This one and this one. And I'll start 0, 0 and 1, 1. Okay. And I'll position this position. Actually, it's style sheet absolute fill object, and I'll also add pointer events none and remove. Okay, so we have. I can also add styles card. And overflow here. Okay. Why there is no padding? So padding, it's spacing. Okay, much better. Hi, Christopher. Thanks for joining. Anis, I like this vibe with music. Yeah, I don't know. It's working. Thanks. Okay, so we definitely have some something going on here. Okay. So now I would like to position this at the bottom. Okay. Now add the swipe up. Okay, so in order to do so, I will need to wrap the gesture. It's a gesture detector actually. Okay, and this should have a gesture as a. What gesture should we add? I think it's a fling, right? Yeah. So it's a. I'll add gestures. It's exclusive, and I'll add fling up, and let's add fling up for now. So I'll say, actually, you know what? This interpolation, we don't need this anymore. Okay, because we have moved them. So I'll add the fling up, the gesture, fling, and I'll add here the direction. It's direction up. So if you up, it's active. So on start, I'll get the event. I will not use the event, and I'll just say console log fling up. Most probably I will need to change something, and that something is shared value. So say is active. It's a shared use shared value 0, and I'll say is active. It's 1. Yep, and the same for fling down. We'll say 0. Okay. So add fling down as well. And what I will do is just dummy create some styles. So styles, it's a use animated style. And I'll return transform translate Y with timing. If it's active, I'll translate it item height divided by 2. So this is This is actually positive. Otherwise it's 0, okay? And apply the styles to the thingy here. This animated card. So styles. So if I swipe up, yeah. So flex grow 0. I should remove this. And what I will need to do is justify the content in the center. Refresh a bit. So I'll need a view here. Style, flex 1. Why is this flex background color red? Is this complaining? Justify center. Line item center? Yes. Epic. And I think that we don't need this view anymore. Yes, okay. So if I swipe up, it's the other way around. What's happening here? Fling up. Oh, because we also have, yes, so actually the styles should be added to the other container. My bad. Okay. So fling up, whoop. So this is coming, okay. But I will need to store somewhere the amount. So let me go to the constants. I'll add translate y amount. It's let's add 40% of the item height. So I will say fling up. Okay, and I will also need to specify the to the parallax foreground. The is active. It's active. Go to this thingy. So is active. Is active. Active. Thanks, Francis, for mentioning it. So down. Okay. Okay, so now it's working. I had to change the direction and fling down. Okay, thanks. That's actually quite useful. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this part. I was thinking actually, you know what? We can add another style. So card styles, and if it's active, I'll translate it minus this amount, and the card styles I can edit directly to this. So in this way we change, whoop. And now I need to do it multiplied by 2. Why is this? I think I'm moving it too much, right? Yeah. Okay. This looks pretty good, I will say. But the only thing that I don't like is where this content starts, right? How to do it, because we know the translate y, so it's 1 minus this one multiplied by, okay. So I will figure it out. But for now, I also need to change the card styles. So I will add here width of item width and yeah, you know what I'll do is I will add here a width spring. I don't like that much, you know. I'll actually yeah. I want to have the timing function in a single place. So I'll create here const is active springy, use derived value, and I'll return a width spring, go to the is active value, and I'll use the, let me import width spring, damping 80, stiffness 200, right? So use this, so I'll interpolate now, interpolate the springy value. It's either from 0 to 1, and the values are going to be the other way around. Okay, and do the same for the other transform. So I'll say interpolate springy is active springy value 0 1 input range, and the output range should be 0, otherwise the other amount. So this should work the same. But I'm sorry, but now oh man, but now we have access to the springy value, so we can interpolate for the width as well. So I'll interpolate the value 0 1 from item width to, let's say, item width plus, I don't know, spacing multiplied by 2, and add a comma. Okay, now it's like, look, way better, way better. Okay, and to this card, interesting. So this card style. So 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm actually expecting a package, so I had to go to ask for a favor. For my, anyway. Hello, Kapkan. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's move on. The thing is that now this is not aligned, and I would like to align it. So I'll say justify the content in the center, and this is still not aligned, and align items to the center. No, or maybe refresh. Okay, and the thing is that now I will need this part should be card size, and where we have the card and styles card size as well. Okay, and where we have the card and styles card size as well. And do we have flex one somewhere? Yes, we do have it here. So we need to actually do styles card and styles card size. Okay, but I only need a card size in this case. The card size, it has a border radius. Okay, so card size. Why is this here? Parallax foreground. Card size. Aha, okay. I don't need this part here. And then now, why is this not centered? Let me add a background color, the old debugging. So this is here though. Align self to the center. This is still not working, so I may need to, let me increase a bit more. Okay, so the thing, okay, got you. I know what to do actually. Yes, so I think I need to keep the state of the swipe in the parent. Because I cannot animate, you know, the content container style. How to do it properly? If I could animate. The gap, you know. Okay, with I'll actually do is active springy. So if it's active, let me, you know what, let me try a different thing. So I'll do a scale. It's actually scale. It's 1 if it's 0, otherwise it's 1.2. Okay. Okay, so the main idea here, yeah, so let me go to the container where we have the container. So it's active. It's active should come as a prop. Is active. Is active, okay. If I go down to the parallax, not parallax foreground, but to the list itself, let me add the is active. And each individual item should have an is active, okay? Nothing should change, but this time we have it to the parent. So if I go to the parallax, fling up is going to fling up, gesture. I'm just curious, does this work in any means? So it's active. Cannot add the container style, right? So I'll just do the old school with Spring to is active value. This guy, okay. And styles. This is actually I'll add a gap. Gap is going to be this one. Styles. Styles. This is not 0. This is spacing. Interesting. Okay. So everything moves with so Springify, the Springify should be the index instead. Otherwise it's -1. If it's active, and I will say, you know, if I'll pass to each individual element. Let me think for a second here. Yeah, I think I will, because now each individual one is going to receive is active, right? So I can either change the is active to set it as the actual index, and yeah, this is what I'll do. So I'll say if it's active value, it's equal to the index, then I'll do this one, otherwise it's 0. Okay. So now this is actually active 1. Okay, otherwise it's 0. Yeah, so I'll return directly the Spring, otherwise it's 0. Yeah, okay. So now we have it. The gap is definitely not working. But now we have, where is the scale? Okay, so I don't like to scale this anymore. So now we have access to this part. Interesting. I may need to set. Yeah, so I think that I need to add a layout. Actually, I'm using a animated flat list, right? So I have here item layout animation. It's linear transition. I'll add a springify, a damping of 80, and a stiffness of 200. So I'll use a state, and I'll say const gap set gap use state starting from spacing and is active. I'll do here use animated reaction. Return is active value. So it's different than 0 and is active. I'll say run on JS set gap. If it's active, then whatever, right? So styles, there is no styles, okay. And add a gap, actually, you know. Interesting. Why is this the other way around? Why is this the other way around? What? There is also a dropping frame for some reason. Yep. There is indeed. Why is this the other way around? Oh, because this should be -1. Right? So if it's different than -1, actually, and interesting. Yeah, this is also changing the. Yeah, so what I'll do is undo everything. Yes, no, undo this part. So active index, actually, I'll do -1. So is active. It's actually active index. So parallax item, active index, active index value. Okay. Gap of spacing. Okay. And is active. Is active should actually be active index. Okay. So everything should work the same. Okay, that's great. And what I will need now. fake it, guys. Because I will also lose the snap to interval, right? So I may need to fake it. What I can do is I can create each individual slide to be the width of the screen and add a margin, negative margin on the horizontal axis with screen width minus item size divided by 2. And yeah, I think this is what I'll do, you know. So where is the item? So render item. So this parallax item actually, yeah, so this parallax item is going to have card size. Card size, it's actually wrong. So I'll comment this part and I'll say, you know what, the width is going to be, I'll modify the order here. So width is going to be width and height is going to be item height. Okay. So now everything is completely messed. And I'll not align self to the center. So card, what's card? Card justify, okay. Okay, this looks better. Okay, so card. And I'll add a margin horizontal width minus item divided by 2. Okay, and this is minus. Okay. This looks better. Or at least this is how I imagine. Not really, right? Yeah. What about adding a margin horizontal? I'll interpolate this one, and if it's not active, it's 0. Otherwise, I'll add the spacing multiplied by 4. Yeah. So this is adding something, but the thing is, I may still need this width, you know. Yeah. So margin horizontal, if it's not active, I'll add this part. Yeah. This is work. So margin horizontal. Yeah, this is I think the gap from the gap was actually good, you know. The gap from the state was actually good. Yeah, this is what I will do actually. You know what? I'll add again the gap. Oh, where it is? So it's here and use animated reaction. And I'll say return active index value is different than -1. So is active, and I'll set run on JS set gap. If it's active, oops, if is active, I'll add I don't know, spacing multiplied by 4, otherwise it's spacing. Okay, and create this gap, set gap, use state, and I'll start from spacing. Okay, and add a gap here as gap. Okay, so now we have it. Beautiful. And now the scrolling it's messed because item full size should be calculated inside the state side here. So item full size is going to be gap. Okay, actually, okay. Item full size does not exist. Okay, where do you need it? Do we actually need it? Okay. This is item width. Okay. Now the gap is not working. Yeah, it was. So now we should interesting. So now we also need to scroll it. Add horizontal margin to the active one. Yeah, I can add that. The problem is that it's not going to be centered. Then a super fan over here. Hello. Hey, Sen Shao. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Abdel Majid, do we translate text to the previous and the next? That can be one thing, you know. But I would like to rely on other things. So this. Yeah, so gap, set gap. Yeah, so let me actually think a bit. Yeah, so I will do is active Springy. Yeah, so actually is active Springy, I will do another derived value here, and neighbors animation. I'll do, you know what, just go here, okay, and I'll add a translate X. I will interpolate the neighbors animation with the index -1, index +1, and I'll add, if you are the next one, I'll go spacing multiplied by 2, otherwise 0, otherwise minus spacing multiplied by 2. So not to the styles, but actually to the card styles. Do I still have the gap piece spacing? Anyway, so let me yes, so I'll do actually the scroll X. That I'll do is active Springy value. This is card style. Let me add 100 here and -100. Okay. Okay, so this is good. And I'll say if is active, actually it's active index value, it's equal to index, then do nothing. Okay. What I wanted to do. So run this translate X only when you are active and you are a neighbor, right? So if it's active, then apply it to the neighbors. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll do active index. Why is this not working? Because there is no active index, right? So I will interpolate the active index value, and I will say, yes, I think so. This should work, right? I'll interpolate the is active index. I will interpolate actually the neighbors. And I'll add here index. Okay. So neighbors value is going to be active spring. So this is -1. Okay. Interesting. So now actually this is neighbors. Okay. How to do it, guys? I'll do active index value. If you are effective index, it's 1. I like to target the neighbors. So I already have this part, right? Actually, I need to clamp this extrapolation clamp. Okay, and I'll add the index. Definitely we need the index. And run this only if if index value is equal to index. It's different than index actually. Otherwise it's 0. If -1. What? So neighbors going from -1. Actually need to do the scroll x value, right? So it's a combination between scroll x. Let me change the I like to target the neighbors of the active index. So I will interpolate the scroll X. And I'll do active index value. What's happening? So active index, it's actually -1, right? Yeah. It's value multiplied by this interpolation. Can I use it like this? No. So I need to modify this. What? Pum, pum, pum. Why this is not working? Hmm. Pum, 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 pum. Interesting. Huh. What's going on here? Neighbors animation. Wow. So is active value multiplied by 100. No? So this is only for the other one. Oh. Okay. Never mind. No. Yes, so this neighbor animation should happen on the... Yeah. Yes. Okay. So actually, This is more complicated, but anyway. Okay, and the neighbor animation should be oh, I want to complicate things so much, you know, because I would like to get it based on the active index. And now I'm inside the item itself. So for each individual item, kind of makes sense. I will interpolate the scroll X. So now I know which one is the active one. So this is the active. Okay, so I'll add 100 and minus 100. Neighbors animation value is active. Active index value, it's equal to the index, then I'll do 0, otherwise it's neighbor. So if the active index I don't want to rely on the scroll, right? I want to rely on the active index. Okay. And why is that? So if I'm adding here with string, but why is the translate? Scroll X value, and I'll interpolate interesting. And where is my Okay. But this is retarded. Wait a second. I actually need to interpolate the active index. Okay. Based on the current index and say something, you know. So I'll say uh, 100. Why is this moving like this, you know? So active index, it's -1. So if active index is equal to -1, then it's 0. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Okay, so with Spring, and we need the damping 80. Oh man, I'm so retarded for some reason. I don't know what was in my mind, but yeah, so the idea, oh, so retarded. So the idea here, do I need to actually do? Yeah. So basically, what's happening is I would like to animate the neighbors when it's active, you know, and when you are active, meaning the active index is different than -1, then I would like to interpolate the active index and get the neighbors, you know, the next neighbor, the current neighbor, and the previous neighbor, and add some spacing to it. And this neighbor animation, it's actually a derived value. So I can later use the Spring version of that and animate the neighbors. That kind of makes sense. I wanted to use yeah, so yeah, so what I will do now, instead of using the gap, I will use an animated props, and I'll do use animated props. So return scroll enabled. Nah, you know what? I'll just do scroll enabled if it's active, you know, and scroll enabled. The scroll enabled. Initially it's true. Then the gap is going to be spacing. And move this again back to the original thingy. So I'll say item full size, set scroll enabled, and the gap is going to be spacing, and I think the rest should work. Okay, so this is working, and I will add here scroll enabled, you know, and actually something like this. So only enable the scroll when active index is -1. Okay, so now it's active. Up, it's not working. Let me refresh. It's not working. Okay, so now I cannot scroll. I can only fling. Okay, which is great. Okay. Okay. And now let's work on this details. So details list. So I have the card size and I have the styles. So the styles in this case not the foreground, but this one will have the width. It's going to be interpolate is active plus spacing multiplied by 2. I think that should work. Okay. Okay. And I can actually add more padding, right? Not really. And with the styles, I'll align self-center. So I have the yeah, I think I'll do something like this. I'll do maybe I'll do a scale 0, 1, 1 and 1.2. Hit refresh. I only need the scale X. Okay. Okay, and apply this to linear gradient. I'll do it animated linear gradient. Animated, create animated by linear gradient. Why is this here? Okay, so I'll do animated gradient and the styles. It's actually, yeah, so I'll say const linear gradient styles. And I'll actually scale it. Okay, and linear gradient, animated linear gradient. Okay. Animated linear gradient. Why is this not working? Animated linear gradient. Linear gradient. Wait, what? Transform scale 1.2. Because this has overflow hidden, right? Yeah. Okay. Linear gradient styles. Okay. Springify value, and I'll extrapolate clamp. Why this is so okay. This is absolute. Okay. So I'll actually do yeah. Only wanna have. What is this overflow hidden? No. Why is this overflow hidden? Nobody knows, right? And I'll have a position. Absolute. Okay. And this one. This one should also have a border. Yeah, styles card. Size. Okay. Okay, and actually now, since we don't have it should be an animated linear gradient, and I can add the linear gradient styles. But why this is complaining? It's because I'm not clamping. I am clamping indeed. Interesting. Interesting. Then I will do it differently, you know, an animated view then. Linear gradient, and this is going to be x1, and I'll style this as the same style. And I'll to this one I'll add overflow hidden. Great. Okay, so this is working, and I'll add to this one linear gradient styles. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why it was not working for this one, but let me add pointer events back. And instead of linear gradient, I'll do gradient container styles. I'll just scale it on the X. 1.2 should be enough. Okay. Or even better, I believe, I am going to add an item width and item width plus spacing multiplied by 2. And this should be width, you know. Yeah. Okay. And it's the same issue. Align self center and position this absolute. Okay. Okay, and I think now I can calculate everything properly. Translate Y amount. It should be fine. Oops. I think we somehow did it. But I think we can be smarter than that and actually get the size. Yeah, we are going to use measure because I would like to move it up by the height of this container, right? So to do so, do we need this line self? No, not really. Yeah, so for the card details, I'll have here a ref. What are we doing on the styles? Nothing. Const ref, it's use animated ref. File view. I think this is complaining. No. Okay, and now where we have translate amount. Is this actually going to work? if this is not an worklet, return empty. Measurement, it's measure the ref and measure that height. Otherwise, translate amount. Okay. But I would like to have only the details list. So I need to forward the ref, right? Use animated ref. I'm just gonna pass it. Details list. Oh, it is const details forward ref. And this forward ref, I believe it's render. Yeah, so this should be, and the details. And now I'll have props and ref. So these should be props and ref. Animated ref. And this, it's actually like this. And this is details. Okay. Something like this. Okay, and now I can actually pass the ref. To the details. So ref. Now if I hit refresh, ref, why is this complaining? Legacy ref. Legacy ref, okay. Oh, I actually don't need use. This is legacy forward ref. Yeah, I don't actually need to pass it as it is. Yeah. Because the new React Native has support for just passing ref as prop. But I'll use the old method. So this is legacy ref by this one. Okay. And details. What? This is going to be this one. Function. Yeah, no, not really. I don't care. This legacy ref or undefined? No. It's okay. Not a legacy. Okay, and the ref should be ref. I think this should work. I don't know. The TypeScript, it's messy, but it's okay. Okay, and where we do the measure, let's measure the height. So it's 88. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, let's assume that this is okay and do the same. We are going to actually have it. Okay, and do the same here. Measure height. Okay. And the height is somehow wrong. You know what? I hate to do it, but I will do it. No, it's too much hassle for nothing. So this is going to be, it's too much. No, like details, as details, function details. Okay. Ref does not exist, it's okay. Details. Okay. It's too much hassle. And ref, it's ref. And why the details are looking like this? Background color. Oh, because there is also the padding, you know, details list. Of course, there is a padding involved, so we don't need a padding here. Okay, and now it's working properly. But I will add the padding to the details. So I will say here, you know, padding, it's spacing, padding vertical. Yes, okay. So now this is calculated dynamically. Great. No, and if I am going to add, let's say to the row itself, I'll add maybe margin vertical, I don't know, spacing divided by 2. You see, this is calculated. Look. Okay, so this is working. I believe just Patrick, hey Catalin, when is the discount ending? I'm waiting for a payment. Next week on Wednesday is going to be the last, the final day for the discount. Yeah, so I think we somehow did it, guys. Yeah, we almost did it. So let's see the Android in action. Android, it's working. Yeah, if you wanna give it a try, I can do expo start to start the tunnel, and you can scan the QR code from the stream. I'll do it myself as well. Let me go to the stream. I have it here on my phone. Yeah, this is working pretty seamless, I'll say. Yeah, so I think that was it. It was a long tutorial, a live stream, sorry. But anyway, so in case you would like to do something else, don't forget that there is, wait a second to put it here, where it is. So animate inspiration. Where is this one? If you have any inspiration for me to go through, or I don't know, I'll do a live stream as well. Otherwise, don't forget that you can use BF 2024 to get 60% off on reactnative.com. And on top of that, if you'd like to test the animations, actually there is the animations are available where I am. Let me share the screen here. It's like so many tabs. So this one. So we have a test flight available. Gonna beta test the animations on App Store, or the app. It's already available in the Google Play Store. So the links to them are here. Gonna give it a try. So yeah, this is already available in the App Store. The other one, unfortunately, I need to fix some issues because Apple have rejected it. So it's not available in the store, but it's available in the test flight version, so you can beta test it. And what's nice about this application is that once you have installed it, you can QR code by going to animate.reactnative.com. Choose any animation, let's say this one, and there is this beautiful thingy here, and you can scan the QR code. So yeah. But anyway, so thank you very much, guys, for staying with me, and I hope that you've enjoyed whatever we have built. We have so many failures, but we have succeeded finally. So yeah, thank you very much. See you in a future live stream. And don't forget, today is Black Friday, so use BF 2024 to get 60% off any plan on animate.reactnative.com. And I'm planning on doing more things on the channel, including full stack applications. So if you have some designs that you want me to code and share with you guys, please go on animate.reactnative.com inspiration and share them with me. Otherwise, thank you very much, and see you in a future video, guys. Discover animate.reactnative.com, your go-to platform for premium, customizable, and ready-to-use React Native animations. There are over 120 different animations that are going to save you time, enhance your app, and, in my opinion, is the perfect collection if you'd like to learn more about React Native animations. Visit animate.reactnative.com.